What's up, everyone? Matt Gajewski here, back again with the Stochastic DFS channel. Today, we're talking NFL preseason. As you can see, not at home today. I am traveling for the UFC event, so we'll get through this as quickly as possible. Before we get started, make sure to hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when this and all other content goes live. And as you can see on the screen, we have 50% off your first week of any DFS package right now. All you have to do is click the link in the video description below. You can take advantage of our preseason package if you'd like. This one is going to give you projections, our Discord, and constantly updating depth charts, which you can take advantage of. And take advantage of those right before lock. That's the most important time when we get all that news. Link in the video description below. We have two games tonight, so we'll get into this and we'll go position by position. More of a normal breakdown here. And first and foremost, we'll start with the teams that have the most clear playing time situations at quarterback. I think right away we can start with New York and the Giants, where Tommy DeVito is probably going to play a ton in this game again. He was the only quarterback that really played a lot of snaps in the last one. Tyrod Taylor just 8. Brian Daboll, the head coach of the Giants, said that Daniel Jones may play briefly, but it's a pretty clear pecking order here. The only issue is DeVito's just bad. 15 of 24 completed passes, 155 yards, 1 score. Not ideal, doesn't run a lot, but he's going to play the most out of these signal callers more than likely. For Carolina, we have Matt Corral. He played 37 snaps in relief of Bryce Young. Andy Dalton's injured, and Jake Luton did not see the field. He might see the field this week. We're getting a little bit of hype from him in camp, but I would expect Matt Corral to play a ton in this game. Even though it wasn't efficient in the first meeting, this is a guy that can run and a guy they drafted late, so they'll be evaluating him. From there, I'm looking firmly at Cincinnati. You've got two quarterbacks really that are going to play here. No Joe Burrow. He's dealing with the calf and probably wouldn't play anyway. But Trevor Siemian and Jake Browning. Browning started the first week. Siemian will get the chance to start here and probably give him an edge in snaps. If you look at week 1 preseason, Browning played 38, Siemian 28. This probably flips just because this is a true quarterback battle. Neither can run, which hurts them and probably puts them behind guys like DeVito and Corral, but still firmly in play here. Last one I mentioned is Logan Woodside. You're probably going to see Ritter and Taylor Heineke. Neither played in the first game, but Woodside, 54 snaps. He kind of needs all of that to hit value. We're projecting him for less, closer to a half in this week. So he comes in 4th in the quarterback rankings. For running back, a couple situations that we're really highlighting. First one is Cincinnati. Joe Mixon, Trevion Williams, probably not going to play here. They also didn't play the backs on the back end of the roster either, which led Chase Brown to see 42 snaps and Chris Evans to see 21. Both are going to be excellent plays here with a slight edge towards the rookie in Chase Brown. New York has a battle on their hands too. Eric Gray, he'll be battling Jayshon Corbin. We did see a little bit of guys like Matt Breida and James Robinson, but they're briefly playing in these games. Gary Brightwell's hurt. For the purposes of this game, expected mostly to be Gray, mostly Corbin, with a slight preference to Gray as the rookie 5th rounder out of Oklahoma. Other situations, Atlanta's tricky. You basically only saw Godwin, Abuike, and Carlos Washington last week, but again, they're projected to play their starters a little bit today. That means you'll see Algier, you'll see Robinson. So Abuike and Washington don't project quite as well, but these are players that should still see the most snaps on this team. And lastly, the least enticing situation is Carolina with Raheem Blackshear. He split time mainly with Spencer Brown, but you did see Hubbard. You're going to see some other backs here, so it's still the least enticing running back situation. Briefly getting into the receivers, we'll break down the players you want to target from each team. The most interesting is Cincinnati, where you have Andre Osivas and Charlie Jones playing the most snaps. Osivas played 40. Charlie Jones, he was out there for 38 in the first game. I think if you're getting to a deeper receiver for Cincinnati, it's probably Kwame Lassiter. For Carolina, Shi Smith is the guy we want to target most. More banged up at this position than they were last week. No Terrace Marshall, Derek Ryder, Damiere Byrd. Shi Smith played 27 snaps. He was narrowly edged by Javon Wims with 31. These are the two players I'd look to for Carolina. For New York, Bryce Ford Wheaton played a ton last week, but they had a couple bodies go down in practice. No Colin Johnson, no Cole Beasley. We'll see if Beasley suits up. But Bryce Ford Wheaton, 42 snaps. This is a guy that ran a 4.38 coming out of West Virginia. He should be targeted a lot here. If not him, I'd look to David Sills. And lastly, for Atlanta, they project to have around 7 receivers, more than really any team on this slate. Josh Ali is going to play the most here. It'll be either him or Penny Hart, but again, a lot of receivers. I'm not really trying to target the Atlanta situation much at all. Tight ends quickly. It's a mess across all these teams. You have 2 teams with 4 tight ends. One is Cincinnati. Devin Asiasi led the team with 34 snaps, 26 routes. This is a late new situation. If Tanner Hudson plays, he's the player we want to get to. If he's out, we'll go to Asiasi. For Carolina, 4 healthy tight ends. Tommy Tremble led the way here. He had 19 snaps. This is a guy I think you can look to as a GPP option. For Atlanta, we have 5 tight ends, maybe 6, depending on Pitts' status. Jonnu Smith and Michael Pruitt also didn't play in the last game. They project to play here. But with that said, Tucker Fisk still played 36 snaps and caught 3 passes. He's someone we can look to. And finally, Tommy Sweeney for New York. They used 5 tight ends last week. That might expand to 6 depending on Waller. He'd be the least enticing for this group here. But that'll do it for us today. Hit the thumbs up button on the way out. If you'd like to follow, I'm on Twitter at Matt_Gajewski. Otherwise, we'll be back tomorrow for more preseason. We'll see you guys then.